Today we will be talking about the vocabulary strategy, listen, sketch, and label. To complete this vocabulary strategy, you will need a piece of notebook paper and a pen or a pencil. So, first we're going to make our chart. The first section is going to be the listening section of the chart. This is where you're going to write down any of the words that your students would need to know for the story you're going to be reading. The next section is going to be the sketch section. This is where you're going to have your students sketch what they think the word is. The last section is going to be the label section. This is where your students are going to make connections to what they heard and what they visualized. So we're going to take a word and we are going to write it here. So the first word that I would choose that we can use in our pretend story would be melancholy. And then you would have your students think about what that word means and maybe any prior experience they have with the word or making an inference to what that word means, and they would draw a picture. So this is what I might think that word means. Then you would read the section of the story that vocab word was being used, and then you would have, normally this strategy can be used independently, but it also is a great way to use Kagan strategies and have them do turn and talk and partner discussion. So that would be a great time, now that you've read that section, to have them come together and discuss that section with their partners about what that word really does mean. So then over here in the label section, you would write whatever the connections they made. So maybe they connected the word to someone being sad or upset. And then they could use it in a sentence. So say the girl's name was Susie. You could put Susie looked very melancholy. And then they could go back and they could draw another picture about what they actually learned that word means. So some of this great things about this strategy is that it helps kids use visualization in order to better understand how it fits into the meaning-making process. It also helps strengthen a student's personal connection to a text and enhances their learning. Because there's repeated exposure to the text and the related images, vocab words, and concepts, it helps students' sensory and working memory stay on task to what they should be learning. It emphasizes meaningful learning and imaginative connections with text, which is one of the most important things that you should be shooting for. So that's all, and I think it's a great strategy.